success? Oh God, I don't know. Ask my therapist. I can't seem to figure out for myself what success looks like for me. I think that, jokes aside, that success for me is being able to do what I love, do what I feel called to do, and make a living doing so. So right now, in these days, the last few years, I look around and I feel pretty successful. Success hasn't, it isn't, it's never been a dollar number for me. It has always been about impact, and how good I feel at the end of each day. And I know that that sounds corny, but it really is true. It's probably why I'm not a millionaire yet. But it is, but it is, being able to do what I love, how I want to do it, where I want to do it, and when I want to do it, to me, is what success looks like.
I like that. Yeah, success should be self-defined. We shouldn't be defining our success based on, what the people around us are telling us. That you're living your own life, and I think the way you just sum that up is something that I think we should all, take a look at our own life and figure out what is success to us. And you just mentioned too that part of that has been working with your own therapist. And I think a lot of times we think about therapy just for our personal lives, but how has therapy maybe helped you in your business entrepreneurial life?
Yeah, I'm really hard on myself. I think that most entrepreneurs are. I've talked to you. You work like 13, 14, 15-hour days.
Yeah, I
And,
gotta stop.
right, and you got to stop. But I think that for me, therapy was a way for me to get off of that hamster wheel and to really stop yard sticking. And what do I mean by yard sticking? Measuring myself against what other people are doing and measuring my success on based on the clicks and the likes and all of those things, and not how I'm feeling um, at the end of each day. And that, and that is really, it's hard. It's hard to do in a society that now is set up again to measure your worth on whether or not people are clicking on your shit, right? So I think that for me, therapy allows me to get outside of myself and really like interrogate my own why. Do I feel of service? Do I feel of value? What makes me feel of value shouldn't be again what I produce. It should be because I am. And so I think that it is important for us to think about what what are our markers? What makes us feel successful? Why do we feel this way? And also, what team do I need to have around me? Do I need to build so that I can get to the level of success that I want? And part of my team is my therapist, right? Like, and I think that when people think, about their teams living, and I don't know, where other people are that are here right now, living in New York, it is not for the fucking lighthearted, right? It is not for people that don't have any like hustler spirit in them, right? Like you have to
Yep.
be, you have to have a kind of gangster mentality in order to thrive in this city that will eat you alive. And so what does it mean to build up spiritual forces and a team of people, whether it is your therapist, if it's your acupuncturist, the person that does body work, if it is, your soul cycle instructor, if it's, your friends, your family, like who is on your team, right? Like those are the questions that I really want people to ask themselves, on a day-to-day basis, because none of us are an island unto ourselves. We don't do this work alone. Anybody that you see whose success you covet, there is a village behind them, right? So who is in your village, whether you are paying those people, right, like a therapist to be a part of your village, or those people that are walking in by virtue of, circumstance and friendship or lineage or what have you. So I think that people need to understand that we don't succeed or fail by ourselves, right?
Yep.
And so who do we need around us? And really needing to consistently check your circle to make sure that the people that are inside there are about you, right? Are for you and are not
Mm-hmm.
secret frenemies, which again, I was able to interrogate during the time when we were in quarantine. And I'm going through really difficult times in our life. And I'm like, so who wasn't on my line this whole time? Who wasn't doing the, hey, you good? Right? Because those are the people that we need on our teams.
Yeah, I think that's a really, really excellent point because, yeah, your team, whether it be your therapist, the people you work with, your friends, are all really important. And I want to key in on the friends and people you work with because, in my network of people, you're one of those folks who does a great job of reminding me of, enjoy the small wins, enjoy the wins in the moment, and don't always necessarily be striving for the next. Like, yes, we want to, like you said, especially in New York, we have to hustle, hustle, hustle. And so we have this attainable goal that we can try to get to, but we shouldn't just base all of our emotion on trying to get there. We need to stop every once in a while and take stock of where we've come and how quickly maybe we've gotten there. And I know for me, I sometimes get lost in that trying to get to where I'm going to be or where we're going to be. And, you do a great job of reminding me, well, Chris, remember, it's been X amount of years and look how
Yep.
far we've come. And so it's great to be able to have that because you can't always do that for yourself. It's hard to sometimes take a step back. And so to be able to have people like yourself in my life, and I know you have folks in your life that are very similar as well, to be able to remind you of that can be really, really powerful and help you maintain that sustainability that you're trying to have, whatever space that you're working in.
I try at the beginning and the end of each day. And again, I'm not always successful at it, but I at least do it weekly, right? But at the end of each day, when I'm closing my laptop, turning off my phone, going through the course of the day and all that I've done, right? Like, and being able to just sit there and feel like, you know what? Be proud, right? Like waking up in the morning and I'm just like, I'm waking up in my own space that I designed for myself. I'm able to start my day in the way that I want, how I want, like, and feeling good about that. I don't think that we take stock in ourselves because we're so busy doing this all day, right? Like looking at other people's lives and saying, I want this and I want that. And like, how come it's not me? We're so busy looking right at outside that we're literally not spending any of that energy, any of that time looking inside and asking ourselves, what makes me happy? Am I happy? Right? And if that requires you to take breaks from social media, from the news, then you should do that, right? Like you should do that because there are toxic forces that are at play that are keeping us addicted to doing this, that are keeping us addicted to yardsticking ourselves against everybody around us, right? And so I think that it is important. It is integral for us to have a team of real people that really want to see you win. And win does not mean consume, does not mean amass. It means to really like win in wellness, to win and feel free, to win and feel good.